Hey, what is up, movers? I'm Coach Howe. Today we are going to go over the half crawl out. This is going to be a great introduction to really just feel and work the backside pressure of a crawl. We're just going to be staying in one side, doing a half crawl out motion, really getting the spine engaged, getting the head into its columns, loading the hips back, feeling all that pressure backside, and just really just waxing out, grinding out one side at a time, and really learning to feel that pressure so you can get fluid with it and move into a crawl. So if you would follow along with me here on this half crawl out, I'm just gonna go on my right side for the purpose of this video. When I'm done here, if you wanna get into your left side and then actually go into like a 5 minute or 10 minutes if you have it, go into 5 or 10 minutes of crawling after this and really feel how this movement exercise really helps you create pressure and fluidity into your crawl, which is going to evolve into your run, your walk, and your run in the near future. So let's go ahead and get into it. As always, if you need a yoga mat, any type of padding, knee pads, get that in front of you. Get your elevated surface if you need it. For the half crawl out, you can really go on the ground and once again get ready to do your crawling. That elevated surface may help you, however, just finding engagement into the backside, getting into the movement, and then once you're heated up on your elevated surface, then you can bring it to the floor where you'll have more pressure and hopefully be able to gain a little bit more length and pressure once again. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go on my right hip. So let's get into the right side. We're gonna always go ahead and start with finding pressure. So, knees are gonna be about fist width apart here. We're gonna drive the knees to the floor, drive them out. Shin bones go out to the side as well. We are trying to just engage our backside as much as possible. We're gonna lift up our non-working leg, and it's gonna be in a tracer motion, tracer fashion. If you haven't seen the tracer video yet, go back and watch that. It's really just getting into a single leg rock, working up on the non-working leg, making sure we are holding this with the backside, not gunking up our front. And we're gonna trace this knee up and down the working leg. At the same time, we are getting our backside engaged. And we are gonna be going into a side bend on that loaded side. And as we bring up and release the non-trail working leg, we're side bending into that, getting a lot of backside engagement in each leg, each side. Just because I'm only loading my right hip here does not mean my left hip is not working. This is pretty much a full body exercise here. You can take that right foot, really drive it into the floor, driving the ankle and the foot into the floor, driving the shin bone down and wide, same with the knee, really getting this hip as far back and as loaded as possible, packing the shoulder down with a slight side bend. You can even take just one hand on the wall, one hand off, and really work on packing back and finding more pressure. And then taking this back leg and trying to corner, get a deep corner. Let that cornering of the hip, let the deepness of this corner create more pressure into the loading leg. And as you come out, and you come out of this loaded bow and kind of set into cornering here, feel that the pressure never leaves this hip, and the pressure is now just funneling, whipping, spiraling over to this other side, getting ready to land and pressurize this leg. We're really just gonna wax this out. I've done some fast movements here. We can really go slow here and make this work really well. That's gonna be great, great work once again to getting in and learning how to crawl with a little bit more pressure and fluidity. So once again, if you've done one side right now, get into that other hip, get some money on it, go crawl a little bit, and have fun with it. Stay blessed. Coach Howe out.